Welcome, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. Coming up next, it's the Racing Podcast. Welcome, racing fans, to the one, the only RP, the Racing Podcast, presented by American Podcasting, available at apodradio.com, also available at Spreaker.com, and if you're on Spreaker.com, hashtag sports. You can also use hashtag RP, and if you're at apodradio.com, the program is set up on autoplay. I'm your host, Manny A., and this is RP number 924. Last weekend, everybody was at Chicagoland. Now, last Friday was the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series event, which was originally scheduled for Friday and was postponed for Saturday due to rain. Okay. And that was the American Ethanol E15 225. John Hunter Nemechek, the winner there, in the number 8 Chevy, led 2 laps, gained 2 points. Tyler Reddick in the 19 Ford, he came in second, and led 1 lap, gained 1 point. And Timothy Peters comes in third. He's in the 17 Toyota, and he led 41 laps. Saturday was the last week's NASCAR Xfinity Series event, the Furious 7300. Kyle Busch, the winner, in the 54 Toyota, led 102 laps, gained 1 point. Second place, Matt Kenseth in the number 20 Toyota, he led 84 laps. And third place was Darrell Wallace Jr. in the number 6 Ford, he led 3 laps, gained 1 point. And then Sunday was last weekend's NASCAR Sprint Cup Series event. Week 1 of the Chase and Week 1 of the Challenger round, and it was the MyAFibRisk.com 400. Winner Denny Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota. He led 9 laps and gained 9 points. Second place, Carl Edwards in the 19th Toyota. He led 6 laps and gained 5 points. Third place, Kurt Busch in the 41 Chevy. He led 37 laps, gained 2 points. Now, the driver that led the most laps was Austin Dillon. He led 198 laps, but finished 43rd. And Kyle Busch led 121 laps, and he finished 9th. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the restart situation, okay? We'll talk about that in a moment. They're actually going to put a camera and an official at that area. And I'll explain it real quick right now. Okay? There are 2 lines, and if you watch the NBC broadcast on Sunday, they did a demonstration, and they did an excellent job, I thought. There's 2 lines, okay? Right after pit road splits off the main racing surface, there's 2 horizontal lines, and what you might want to call the shoulder, or they call the apron. And it's the area where NASCAR would like for you to start hitting the gas, okay? So, you're under caution, green flag comes out, so they come around, pace car drops into the pit road, and then there's the 2 lines. That's where they want you to start speeding up. Now, you get the drivers get to choose which line. They can either start speeding up at the first line or the second line. If you're in the lead, however, they want you to start at the first line. So that's the issue with the restart area. And there was an issue with Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch, which looked like Kyle Busch was snarling along a little bit. And I guess Jeff Gordon figured he's not really going, so he took off. And they thought that he was going to get popped with a penalty for it, but it turns out that wasn't the case. But he was going kind of slow getting into the restart. In fact, he was getting bumped in the back by Matt Kenseth in the number 20 car. So that was the issue on Sunday with that. And there was also an incident the week before, I believe, with Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth. So it's the myafibrisk.com 400, scheduled number of laps 267, actual 267. Race started up at 3:19 and finished at 6:10, so just 9 minutes shy of a full 3 hours. And the chase cars had the yellow stripe on the windshield and also yellow spoilers. And again, winners automatically advance to the contender round. So presentation of colors, presented by the Associated Firefighters of Illinois Honor Guard. Invocation, Glenn Spoolstra. National Anthem, Jim Cornelison. Flyover, the Hooligan Flight Team, and Gentlemen Start Your Engine Command. Tennis legend, Billie Jean King, and NBA legend, Jerry West, NBA All-Star champ. And the engines were fired up about, I think it was like 309 or something, or 310, somewhere around there. And the officials actually were starting. The officials were getting upset actually over the restart. So you heard them getting a little irate right before the race started, and you can hear the officials, barking a little bit when they don't see the cars lining up properly. They actually will start telling them, "Get them lined up, get them lined up." So they're taking care of business. All right, so top three at lap 1 was Kevin Harvick, Joe Logano, Truex Jr., but then lap 4, he went 4 laps, and then question number 1 would come out. Incident between A.J. Allmendinger in the 47 and Denny Hamlin in the 11, an incident between turn 3 and 4. The 11 car spun first, actually, and contacted the 47 car, causing the 47 car to spin. Restart was lap 7. Top 3 at lap 7 was Truex Jr., Austin Dillon, and Kevin Harvick. At lap 18, you had Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, and Austin Dillon. And then at lap 36, it was Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch would take the lead, though, at lap 47. You had some green flag pit stops. The 47 car, Allmendinger, had a left rear tire rub. That was from the officials. And it's A.J. Allmendinger right there. So the 19 car gets popped for going too fast on pit road, section 3. It has to serve a pass-through penalty. It has to serve a pass-through at lap 54. And then 19 Carl Edwards. And the number 7 car, Alex Bowman, too fast. And now section 1, that's through pit road. Section 1, section 2, section 3. The 7 car was too fast on pit road, sections 5, 6, and 7. So now the officials spotted some debris at turn 2, but then it was determined that the area was clear. And if you listen to the officials, and I like listening to the officials as the race goes on, when they see debris, you hear them talking. It's like, and they say, "It looks like there's some debris out there. I want to check it out, see what it is." Or they try, and then they'll make the determination whether or not they're gonna throw out the yellow flag. But you actually hear them having a conversation on it for a little bit before they make the final decision to put the flag out. Or as they say, "Put it out, debris." And then they'll say turn 1 or the front stretch or something of that nature. 83 car uncontrolled tire, that violation occurred during lap 57, and 83 Matt DiBenedetto, and he has to serve a pass through. And then 98 car Reed Sorensen popped for removing equipment. He has to serve a stop and go. And then the 23 car too fast, section 3, he got popped twice actually. He got popped the first time and had to do a stop and go, and then he went back again for a second time and had to do a pass through. I think he got popped twice for that one, the 23 car. 2 separate incidents right there. That was Jeb Burton. The 33 car hits the wall, no caution though. 74. So at lap 74, okay, you had 18 cars on the lead lap. Top 3 at lap 81 was Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Truex Jr. Kyle Busch with a 1.05 second lead over second place Kevin Harvick. But second place Kevin Harvick with a 7.24 second lead over third place Truex Jr. Now Kyle Busch's lead was would grow to a 3.19 second lead over Harvick at lap 97, and Harvick's lead would grow to an 8.50 second lead over Truex Jr. Matt Kenseth was complaining about his car. Kurt Busch, flat right rear tire, goes down at lap 89. He drops down from 5th down to 32nd. Top 3 at 105, Kyle Busch, Dale Jr., Austin Dillon. And then at 106 it was Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and then Kurt Busch. 14 cars on the lead lap now at lap 112. So at lap 41, you had 29 cars on the lead lap. Then at lap 74, it dropped down to 18 cars on the lead lap. By lap 112, you were down to 14 cars on the lead lap. Caution 2 comes out lap 123 for debris on the backstretch. Kyle Larson, the 42 car, the beneficiary there, and they sent out the vacuums to go take care of that. Then you had a race off a pit road lap 125. The winner, Kyle Busch, in the 18 car, and he was followed by Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Dale Jr., Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, and then Alka Marola, and all 4 took tires. They actually took 4 tires, actually. And then Sam Hornish Jr., the number 9 car, he's popped with too many crew over the wall. That was at lap 126. And the race restarts at lap 129. Top 3 at lap 129, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson. And then lap 130, question number 3. Austin Dillon hits the wall at turn 2. Right side of a car, possible fire, they were saying. That was reported at lap 130. Source, NASCAR. Beneficiary was David Reagan in the 55. 62, too fast on section 5 on pit road. And the number 9 car popped again for too many over the wall. Restart comes out lap 135. Top 3 at lap 135. Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, and Kevin Harvick. Left rear tire rub for Kevin Harvick. That was reported, I think it was lap 136 and 137. And of course, here in the news, Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson had a little. Jimmy Johnson got quite some 5 knuckles to the chest on Sunday after the race. We'll get to that in a minute. Question 4, and this is what happened. This is what 138. Question 4. Kevin Harvick into the wall. He heads to the garage, and what happens? Kevin Harvick from the restart from caution 3. Got contact from Jimmy Johnson, and if you saw this you saw them both drop down into the apron, and then Jimmy Johnson goes boom right into the side of Harvick and sends Harvick into the wall. And the crazy thing about this was that Kevin Harvick was the pole sitter, and he wound up at the end of this race being 57 laps down. But the even crazy part is that Joey Logano actually bumps Jimmy Johnson, sends him down and back up into Kevin Harvick. But they both cut down at the same time. Everything happened so quickly. But it was Joey Logano that bumped him. He goes down into the apron, and Harvick's right next to him, and then Jimmy Johnson comes back in, and then that's when he clips Kevin Harvick right there. And at the end of the race, Jimmy Johnson goes to his Kevin Harvick's trailer to discuss it, and caught 5 knuckles in the chest from Kevin Harvick. But NASCAR didn't penalize nobody for that. All right, so race restart. Let's see, I believe it was lap 143. I think it might have been lap 142 or something like that. Top 3 at lap 143: Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, and Kyle Busch. And then at 165. So here we go. So at lap 41, you had 29 cars in the lead lap. Lap 74, it drops down to 18. Lap 112, drops down to 14. But at 165, it actually climbs back up, because at lap 165, there are 16 cars on the lead lap. And here's the rule, and I wrote this rule with the line right here. This is when NBC started talking about it, and I wrote it down here to make sure that I discussed it with the restart lines. And 18 had the lead, so he was supposed to hit the line. So anything could have happened. Maybe someone with a car or whatever, or maybe he was in the wrong gear. Anything could happen. But there was no penalty, and you saw Jeff Gordon taking off, and Kyle Busch kind of just crawling along there a little bit. But there was no penalty for that. So 18 car was in the lead, so he would have had to hit the gas at the first line Okay, all the other drivers get to hit the gas at the first or the second. And at lap 174, speaking of Jeff Gordon was leading 34 laps at lap 174, and the last time Jeff Gordon led double-digit laps was in May at Talladega. Source, NASCAR. Top 3, lap 180, Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch. Jeff Gordon with a 1.03 second over Kurt Busch at 180, and Kurt Busch with a 2.57 second lead over Kyle Busch. At lap 185, the